Hey, Grandma. Hmm. Can you hear me? The world's going on? Can you hear me? Stop that. Hey there. Hey there. What in the world? That headphones. Oh, done. Hey there. Oh, okay. I got it now. I forgot to switch my mic. You driving? Where you coming? That's good you listen. I'm just gonna we talking about the male breast cancer thing today. Just gonna do a little something on it. I'm not gonna wait too long because whoever they can always go back and play the video over again. Um, Spicy has sent me this link for some music. Child, that hip hop and what I didn't know none of them folks. That's that, but it's what you could play free on YouTube. So I went for the sounds, like the raining sounds and stuff. That's what you heard at first. I wonder did I share? Okay. As we know, males do not get breast cancer much, and also I don't. They don't like to say that they have it because they feel like it's a quote unquote woman's disease. But um, hold on a second. But they die in more numbers than women because of that, because of their pride. And me and one proud grandma had spoke on this yesterday, actually, on men not wanting to go to the doctor and getting checked and things like that, and which could be really harmful or deadly in some cases. In a lot of cases, actually, even though it's less than 1%. And it's kind of sad because I was reading a lot on it today, and I just didn't realize that it was that bad. Like I said, I had an uncle die from it, but to me that was rare. I was just like, maybe he's being punished for something. I don't know, because at that time I never heard, because I think I was a teenager at the time when he passed away from it. So we're gonna begin with this. It comes from the National Breast Cancer Foundation, Inc. I do not own the copyrights to this, but I will be reading off of it. It says all people, whether male or female, are born with some breast cells and tissues. Even though males do not develop milk producing breasts, a man's breast cells and tissues can still develop cancer. Even so, male breast cancer is very rare. Less than 1% of all breast cancer cases develop in men, and only 1 in 1,000 men will ever be diagnosed with breast cancer. Breast cancer in men is usually detected as a hard lump underneath the nipple and areola. Men carry a higher mortality than women do, primarily because awareness among men is less and they are less likely to assume a lump is breast cancer, which can cause a delay in seeking treatment. And that's not good. So, let me see. Infiltrating ductal. I, so I looked up this word and I tried to figure out how to say it, but I would think it's serotinoma. One of the men who developed breast cancer, the most vast majority of those cases are uh, infiltrating ductal serostinoma, which means cells in or around the ducts beginning to invade surrounding tissue. Very rarely, a man might be diagnosed with inflammatory breast cancer or Paget disease of the nipple. The risk factors. Hey, True Seeker, we're going over. I'm just reading something from the National Breast Cancer Foundation about men's breast cancer, which I think we should make more aware and have our men check, just like we check in the shower. They should also check as well. But risk factors: radiation exposure, high levels of the hormone estrogen, family history of breast cancer, especially breast cancer that is related to the BRCA2 gene. We were talking about that gene yesterday. We couldn't think of the name of it, but it's the BRCA. Let me get my notepad myself because I had my notepad. Hang on a second. I remember we were trying to think of what that gene was called. The reason why Angelina cut her breast off so early, because she had that gene, I believe, if that's the same one. But I believe it is. So I'm a big note taker, y'all. That's what I do. So I can go back and remember, and then maybe I could study. We could study more on that gene as we get into October. I'm just trying to get ahead of the game. So next month we could do all our, activities and fundraisers and things. So the signs and symptoms. Male breast cancer can exhibit the same symptoms as breast cancer in women, including a lump. Anyone who notices anything unusual about their breast, whether male or female, should contact their physician immediately. Survival rates and treatment for men with breast cancer are very similar to those for women. Early detection. That's early detection. That's what I was speaking of yesterday. That's why I said when you go, just say you go to your doctor's office, you know how you fill out the paperwork with you check what was in your family, man, check it. Breast cancer increases treatment options and often reduces the risk of dying from breast cancer. So here's the genetic testing. I think this is exactly what Angelina went through. The genetic, and a lot of people go through that. And like I said, I don't know. I'm gonna definitely ask my doctor when I go. to my appointment next week and ask him, what does it take for your insurance to pay for genetic testing? Because I would like to have that too. I would like my husband to have it as well. Although treatment outcomes are very similar to women at the same stage of detection, a man diagnosed with breast cancer should also consider seeing a genetics counselor for consultation. If a man tests positive for a defective gene, most commonly either BCRA1, okay, there's two of them, or BRCA2. So BRCA1 or BRCA2. So there's two of them. So we're going to figure out the difference. Okay. That can lead to future diagnosis of breast cancer, and his children have a 50% chance of carrying the gene in addition. Wow. Dang. A male child of a man with breast cancer who inherits the defective BRCA2 gene has only approximately 6% chance of eventually developing breast cancer and just over 1% of BRCA1. A female child of a man with breast cancer who inherits the defective gene has a risk between 40% and 80%. Look at those numbers. But also, at the beginning of this, I said the male mortality rate is higher because they don't get it checked in time. So, a female child of a man with breast cancer who inherits the defective gene has a risk between 40% and 80% of eventually developing breast cancer. Men with a genetic predisposition to breast cancer are also at higher risk of getting prostate cancer at a younger age than usually diagnosed. Wow. So it's not just the if they have the gene, they might 6% chance or 1% chance of getting breast cancer. They also have a risk of getting prostate cancer. Hmm. Well, that's not good. Hmm. Yeah, that's um, kind of messed up. But like I said, they have a higher. You keep getting knocked out. Hmm. It's not telling me anything. Are you here now? See if you hit that. Look in your left hand corner. It's a little button. See if it's white or red, gray or red. I'm going to the symptoms next. Yeah, but did you look on the left hand corner to make sure that light is red? Because sometimes you got to keep checking it to make sure. Mm-mm, that's not what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah. So I was trying to get to the Susan B. Anthony. That's what I had pulled up earlier. Let me do it like this. Go to my history because I did play it earlier. Or it may not be on it. Here we go. So this next article I'm about to read is warning signs of male breast cancer. So If anyone, whoever comes back and watch this video and they have a man, males in their life, please instruct them to watch this video because, you know, even though it's only less than 1%, I think they said 1 out of 1,000 men get it. I mean, what if your significant other or son or man or whoever is has it? So Myra Sandoval receives many anonymous calls as a Komen breast care helpline specialist. One call she remembers is a particular was from a distressed wife inquiring about a lump her husband found on his within his chest. In addition to the immediate medical concern, she was even more worried because they did not have health insurance. Let me tell y'all something. Before I got my job years ago, now if I didn't have health insurance, I didn't care. I was still going to that emergency room. Didn't care about none of that. Bill me because what I found out was most of the time they still gonna see you. I provided the wife with various resources as well as a fact sheet on breast cancer in men. Sandoval said, men don't call the helpline as often as women. Men appear to be more ashamed of the stigma of having a quote unquote female disease. Sandoval believes awareness of breast cancer in men is the key in educating the public about judged or perceived gender views when it comes to the disease. Right here it says men take charge of your health, you know. But even though we know, unless you got a lot of them, unless you got a woman on your side, it's like if it's not broke, don't fix it thing for them. Hold on, see what you said. My Wi-Fi be act. They just, you know what, True Seeker, they just came out. Mm, was it last week? Maybe Thursday, Friday last week. It did something to mine, but it don't seem like it did any better. But my daughter she works for IT at her in her job, so she been working on the last few days, and she did something extra today, which has been acting okay today, I guess, unless that's mine and not yours. I don't know, but it seems to be working today much better. She's been adding program software and cleaning up my computer for me. So we're gonna get back to the article. This past year, about 1,400 people contacted the Susan G. Komen helpline seeking assistance for breast cancer related issues, seeking advice and financial assistance, learning about the diagnosis and more. Of those nearly 14,000 contacts, 624 were male related breast cancer inquiries. While it is widely acknowledged that 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will be 1 in 8 women. So it's me, my 3 sisters, tell y'all the girls. I have my daughter, my niece, my other niece. Then I have no, 2 more nieces. So that's 8 right there. So you mean to tell me one of us may develop it? Wow. But I stay on my family too about hey Queen, I stay on my family about getting all the physicals and things done. But 1 in 8 women, I mean, I have 8 right now. I can count on my hand that comes to my house. So that's kind of like one of us gonna may develop it, but hopefully they're doing what I'm asking them to do, and they're going to get their checkups and mammograms. But I know my niece is probably with the insurance. They may be too young, but it's a way around everything. Like I said, I think I got my first one. I was 29. That's just terrible. 1 in 8 women. Breast cancer in men is rare in the United States. 1 in 1,000 U.S. men will be diagnosed with breast cancer, but it is still imperative for everyone to know their risk. In addition to knowing their family history, it is important for men to be aware of the most common sign of breast cancer. Most often, it is a painless lump or thickening in the breast or chest area. However, any change in the breast or nipple can be a warning sign of breast cancer in men, including here's the signs: lump, hard knot, or thickening in the breast, chest, or underarm area, usually painless but may be tender. Change in the size or shape of the breast, dimpling, puckering, or redness of the skin of the breast, itchy, scaly sore or rash on the nipple, pulling in of the nipple, inverted nipple, or other parts of the breast. Okay, so last night when I was talking on one Proud Grandma Live, I was we Leaky was saying that she was getting ready to have her first mammogram, so she was kind of nervous. So we was letting her know about how it feels and this and that. So on a normal, they would do a normal. They wouldn't just like do your nipples separate. But one time, I felt something was wrong with mine, so they did check it. I check mine in the shower at least 2 or 3 times a week, as should you guys too, guys and ladies. So I felt something, so they did check it. Now that was painful. I'm not gonna lie to anybody, but I was scared at the same time. So I wanted to make sure and know that nothing was wrong with me. So it was well worth, I guess, the pain. Um, it hurt because men tend to have much less breast tissue compared to women. Some of these signs can be easier to notice in men than in women. So hopefully we will continue to gather more information on breast cancer in men to further awareness of the disease, Sandoval said. This June, during Men's Health Month, I didn't even know June was Men's Health Month. I just learned something then. Komen encourages men to be aware of all potential health issues, not just those considered common. Knowing your body, health history, and regularly seeing your doctor are the best ways to be sure and any issues are detected as early as possible, which helps save lives. So, with that being said, anybody who has, a man, and a lot of them, just like with the colonoscopy, they don't want to do it, or, they see that um, it's a girl disease. When it comes to cancer and things like that, I don't think gender is really, you know, something to consider. Well, I know I'm not gonna get that because I'm a man. Well, I know I'm not gonna get colon cancer because mostly men get it because I'm a woman. That's not, you know, especially in African Americans, we don't go see the doctor regularly as we should. And I'm just speaking from experience around being raised around men and women in my family. I don't know how everybody else see it, but we do know the rate for African American women are higher in, um, in death because we do not go get our breast checked. So we need to make sure we get that checked. Um, Queen, I know you said you're listening, but we mentioned last night with me, Grandma, and Leak You that we were going to do some things next month on Breast Cancer Month. And Lady T, Lady Tia, she's going to donate us some T-shirts for next month. So I guess we're going to get the sizes and how they going to get them to us and everything. But you too scared. But see, you ought to be more scared of dying. I mean, you ought to be more scared of dying. Like seriously, you going to get the test is. I'm telling y'all, it's not that bad. Like, I mean, it's uncomfortable. Nothing is comfortable when your boobs are out on a cold, flat table. But you should be more scared of not catching it early. My grandmother died. I was only 2 or 3 months old, so I never knew her, but she was young, maybe 50. My mom died when she was 43 because she was like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So she died from cancer, not detecting it early. So I said from then on, I was going to make sure I get my physicals, I get my breast checked, and I get everything checked. So you you ought to be scared of dying before you be scared of just going to get that mammogram. Are you scared of the results? Or are you scared of actually taking the mammogram? Because it's not that bad. I promise you. It's not that bad, I promise. And it don't take that long. And you know, like I said, they keep you pretty comfortable. You know, it's one time I had this lady that was just snatching on my shit, you know, but she got cussed out and they had to get me somebody else. But for the most part, truth seekers, nothing to be scared of, unless you're scared of the results. And I know that's what keeps a lot of people from going to get tests because they're scared of the results. Yeah, yeah, I figured it was the results, but like everybody else. But I'm telling you, it's the best feeling in the world when they tell you you either don't have it or you caught it early enough to live. You don't want to, but you won't die if you catch it early. That's the thing. You see, you got that. That's like that old mentality. You've been listening to older people say that, and you know, with all the death that has come around me, with people that has been young, like I said, my mother, my grandmother, my daughter. I don't know if you know if dying. That's what should you know you should be worried about. You should be worried about living. You want to know if you living, not dying. You want to know if you are living. So try to change your mindset to I don't want to know if I'm dying, but I want to know if I'm gonna live to see 10 years, 15 years. You know, if you have grandkids, see them grow up. Try to change your mindset to I don't know if I don't want to know if I'm dying. To I want to know if I'm going to live another day, another year, another 10 years. Because I have a friend. They diagnosed her. Gosh, she'd have to be 21, 22, still alive and kicking because they caught it early. Now I don't know the details of how she come to get a breast exam so early. Maybe she had lumps. I don't know, but I know she was really really young. So just think if she'd have waited 10 more years till she was 31, 35, 36, she wouldn't have made it. So she looks really good, really healthy. And I believe she had to have a double what is that damn? I keep. Let me see what that word is. I don't want to say endoscopy because that's when they check your colon and stuff. Is it endectomy? You know, hopefully Google endectomy. Oh no, honey, y'all, I'm not a speller. That's why I'm glad for spell check. So let me see. Oh, I'm way off. A double mastectomy and reconstruction. That's what it's called. I'm way off. So it's called. So I won't mix that up again. But I know that's what she had at 21 years old. Could you imagine? Um, we're not gonna go into that right now though. But I just want to know what it was called. Mm-mm. Yeah, I just want to know what it was called. So what did you say? No, not when you catch it early. Not really. I don't think you. I don't think you go faster if you catch it early. Now, if you go and you already at a stage 4, then yeah. I mean, of course, but if you go and it's just really early on, you're not. That's it's not gonna happen. Not from that. Now, who's to say something else may happen? But if you catch this stuff early, anything now, even when it comes to HIV and everything, if you catch anything really early, you won't die from that. Not these days. You won't die from that. So you never had. So well, actually, I think you told me you was in your late 30s. So really, they wouldn't give you one right now. But do you at least examine yourself in the shower? Truth seeker. Hold on, y'all. I gotta tell. Come here, Ava. Come give me a hug. Come give me a hug before you go. You want to come back soon? You want to say hi to the people? Say hi. Tell them how to see you on the camera. Say hi. You see you on the camera? Say I'll see y'all later. Okay. You can come back later, okay? Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. You do okay. That's good, but you still should go see. Um, you know, get checked. You get physicals every year. I wasn't gonna make this too much of a long live. I just wanted to get that out about the male breast cancer. And like I said, if you have men in your family, at least send them this video and let them look because they really don't have a lot of research on it because the men die really before they find out they have it. That's why the mortality rate for men in breast cancer is much higher. So if you have your significant other, your brothers, your sons, or whoever, they also, from what I've seen, need to do exams as well. And that's something I didn't know. But True Seeker, why don't you inbox me tomorrow early and let me know because see they may something may happen with them as well. So, you know, um, let me know what you're gonna do so I know what time to set it up and everything. Is it storming where you are? Where are you at? I forgot what you where you said you. Well, you don't have to really say that. You could tell me in my inbox, but um, let me know tomorrow what it is. But we're gonna continue with this. This also goes with the truth seeker narrative of you know when it comes to diseases, cancers, and all that in men and women. And like I said, Queen, if you're still listening, I know you didn't make the live last night with Glamour, but we are getting some stuff together uh, on the platforms to make awareness next month. And like I said, Lady T is donating us some T-shirts, and we're gonna get the sizes, and she's gonna send them to us and everything. Oh yeah, you in Georgia? Okay. But listen, if you want me to go with you, listen, I will go with you. Okay, I will be your support system. If you want to, go, I will be your support system. It's not as bad. I took somebody with me my very first time. I was 29 years old. Took a friend, so I was scared to death, But once I got that paper in the mail saying, everything was good, I was good. But yeah, so we're gonna get the T-shirt size, and we're thinking of doing something like being on somebody's platform, and you know how we got the stream yards now, and all four of us doing like the shuffle. They said twerk at first, but I'm not finna twerk. So we're gonna make some stuff happen, and we want the men to join as well. So if we can get as many men possible, when you go back and see my live stream, if you go back and look at my live stream, if you want to, get as many men um, involved in October to see how important it is for us to make awareness to them because they really don't have information because it's 1 in 1,000. So, you know, like I said, out of the 14,000 calls they got, only 645 men called. And the mortality rate is higher in men than it is in women, even though it's 1 in 8 women that gets breast cancer. So yeah, let's get men aware. Let's get them checked as well as us. Have them check themselves. They may not know how to do it. So we, us women who do it on a regular, can show them how to check, you know, their area. And yeah, just let me know. Listen, Trucy, if you need somebody, I will be there for you because it was one of the nurses that worked in my doctor's office. She was 49 years old, never had a breast exam because she thought the way you did. But she had 2 girls. And she had her kids really late because they were kind of young. But I finally talked her into it and I went with her. And I went with her and I made, she was so comfortable. Matter of fact, she stopped working there. I think she moved back to Jamaica, but she was so happy she wouldn't got it. Everything was fine, and she said she get them every year now. So she did send me something on Facebook telling me she gets them every year now. She's not nervous. So if you need whoever's in Georgia, hell, we can make this a day out. If anyone is in Georgia wants to go get a mammogram, we can make it a day out. You know, People work better in numbers, especially if you're scared. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this because I know and Queen is coming on also later, but I just decided to do this quick live on that issue, and we will be getting into it more later. Um, I think if we prepare now in September, maybe by October we can get a lot of people ready for it. And also, LeakU said at leaku.com, subscribe to her. She said she was going to film her day getting a mammogram, and she's going to play it on her platform. So that should be pretty good, pretty interesting for y'all to see how easy. Because this will be her first time, so you will see how you are your first time going. So she's supposed to do that, and I don't remember if she said it was today or coming up or whatever, but I know she's supposed to film it and share it with everyone. Okay, so until then, love y'all. See you on the next live.